It's so good to have you. It's a very, very special moment. Okay, great. That rule of no flash has clearly gone out of the window, probably into the jungle. Andy, I'm going to give you the mic.
Hello, everybody.
So, no flash. My photographer friends, thank you so much. And it's a very special story. It's intrinsically an Indian story by Rudyard Kipling. But today, it's a very special occasion because the world is going to witness, there's a premiere in the evening, and it's a big Netflix premiere of a Hollywood release happening for the first time in India. What are you expecting?
I mean, I'm just thrilled beyond belief. It really is a dream come true that we are opening this film here. You know, to bring this film back to its root source, to tell this story, you know, an interpretation of which I believe has never been seen in the country that inspired it, is absolutely, it's so exciting. And you know, this would not have happened were it not for Netflix acquiring this movie. And when we were conceiving the film, when I began to direct this film, I always imagined it as having a global reach as a story. It's a really international story. And the tone of this movie is much closer to Rudyard Kipling's book than other versions. I mean, people's preconceptions about Jungle Book really come from the 1967 animation. A lot of people think that's where it was. That's where the story came from. They have no idea it's connected to India, and so it was very, very important to me to make this story, which was very closely linked to Indian culture. In fact, the first person who collaborated with me on the movie was Nitin Sawhney, who is an Anglo-Indian composer, a world musician. He's absolutely fantastic. He wrote the score for Mowgli. It was imperative that this was, you know, in this day and age, you can't make a movie with this subject matter and not ground it in Indian culture.
You know, everyone is so excited. I'm sure I've seen the trailer a couple of times already, but the cast that you got is a very eclectic mix of actors. And I think you, being the captain of the ship, nobody better than Andy Serkis to introduce the cast of Mowgli, Legend of the Jungle. So I'm going to go take my seat there.
Okay.
Andy, the stage is all yours.
Okay, thank you very much. So we have with us today some of the international cast, the people who played performance-captured roles, who inhabited the roles of the animals, and also a wonderful young actor playing Mowgli. And we also have some of your wonderful Indian talent who have joined us in the dubbing of the film for India. So I'm going to if you'll excuse some of the pronunciations, which I'm sure I'll get wrong, but I will welcome onto the stage, in this order, the fantastic. It was such an honor to work with him. He is a genius actor, a world-class act, and who I've known for many years and had the great honor of working with before, now twice. But when he came to this project, he absolutely blew us out of the water with his performance as Bagheera. If you'd like to welcome on stage the wonderful Christian Bale. Hello, mate. Say a quick hello. Are we saying hello as individual, or should we just bring everybody on?
I think we should bring everyone on.
Okay, and then we'll get into it. Okay. So next up is a phenomenal actress who you will know and love. She obviously came into public recognition with Slumdog Millionaire. I worked with her on Planet of the Apes. She is so brilliant in this movie as Mesua, Mowgli's human mother, the wonderful Freida Pinto. Next up is someone who I know a little bit. His name is Louis Ashbourne Serkis. I know him because he's my son, and he plays the part of a small little albino wolf in this movie who is quite sweet, I would say that. But he's now a grumpy teenager. Here he is, Louis Ashbourne Serkis. Next up, from our international cast, from our local cast, international to me, is the wonderful actor who you will all know and love, and we are delighted and thrilled to have him on board, Abhishek Bachchan. Hi, Abhishek. Lovely to meet you. Thank you for having me. Thank you very much. And then next up, the incredibly talented, wonderful actor who you will, again, know incredibly well, Anil Kapoor Khan. Anil Kapoor. Anil Kapoor. Welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Next up, someone who I adore and think is the most extraordinary actress. She will be, of course, very, very well known to you. The wonderful Madhuri Dixit Nene. No, there isn't a lot. Thank you. There's a lot of flashing though. And then finally, we have with us today a young, talented actor who will steal your hearts as the central character of Mowgli. He really has done an extraordinary job. He was dedicated through this whole process. This was a very, very long job, and he stuck with it all the way and gave every single ounce of himself. I'd like to introduce to you the very talented Rohan Chand. And finally, actually, I have missed someone out because I haven't got my reading glasses on. I'm very sorry about that. Again, a lovely actor who you will know very, very well, the wonderful Kareena Kapoor Khan.
All right. Hello. I would request this one, I mean, what a cast, ladies and gentlemen, what a cast. Now, hey. You'll all get your opportunity for a photo, thank you. But because कहानी हिंदुस्तानी है तो हिंदुस्तानी ज़बानी में ही हम कुछ दिखाना चाहेंगे आपको, and I'm very excited because without any further ado, now if you could just now focus on the screens, ladies and gentlemen, here is presenting the Hindi trailer of Mowgli-Legend of the Jungle. If you could just... Everyone wants to see it. Once again, with all these wonderful people, of course, we're missing out on one person who has a son called Tiger, and now he plays a tiger. Mr. Jackie Shroff, who's not here. But ladies and gentlemen, I think we all deserve to see the trailer once again. So can we please play the trailer once again? It's a request. If you could dim the lights again. Oh wow, they're listening to me, nice. And performance capture, acting, the voices of this absolutely fine cast. It streams on Netflix on the 7th of December in a language of your choice. There's Tamil, Telugu, and English, and of course, Hindi. But I think I want to start with Andy. Andy, I have grown up with this story like a lot of us. I have grown up with this book. I have grown up with watching it on television. What makes Mowgli Legend of the Jungle now in 2018 so distinctive from all the adaptations?
I think one of the most important things about this version that does separate it or differentiate it is a really it's really searching for the heart of Mowgli. I think in many other adaptations, it always seems like Mowgli is sort of almost left on the side while the animals do star turns, and that it's a sort of he's part of the story but not central. We wanted to make a Mowgli-centric story, and it's about his very complex psychological, emotional journey of self-discovery in a world, caught between two worlds which are changing, and that's really at the heart of it. And it is so tonally, it is closer to the book as a result. It feels that book had that, and sometimes some of the adaptations haven't really gone as far as they can to really extract that visceral sense of what it is to be caught between, to not have a real sense of belonging, and that's what hopefully the audiences will relate to in this modern context.